welcome to another episode on Startups. I'm Tamilore Akinkulie. Have you ever ordered for money before, or have you ever been stranded and in need of money? In a world where access to financial services can determine one's ability to thrive, millions across Nigeria still face barriers to basic banking. But a solution is emerging, one that promises to change the way cash flows through the continent's economy. Now let's get straight into the video as we get to know more about this solution called Cashier.
Cashier is a fintech solution. We are a mobile bank, and our solution basically is to promote financial inclusion in Nigeria and in Africa in general. And it was originated from this journey of having a challenge. My name is Adewale Adeyinka, and I'm the CMO in Cashier.
It all began with a challenge. One of Cashier's funders was stranded, unable to access financial services in a remote part of Nigeria. The realization struck. Commercial banks were often too far from where people lived, especially in rural areas.
One of the founders had a challenge when he was around in Nigeria and were unable to access financial service at a particular point in time, right? And it dawned on us that all the financial access points are actually far away from locations of people that are supposed to be able to access these financial services. Commercial banks are far, the buildings are far from residential areas, especially in even remote, rural areas. Do you understand? And we were in a fix at that point. We couldn't get financial service at that point. And it dawned on us that this is a problem that has been lingering in the society for so long, and nobody's looking into it. And that's why Cashier came on board. And Cashier came to provide a solution, making your financial services at the palm of your fingers, on your palm, basically. And what are we serving? Basically what we are doing is we are making people access, the novel function of Cashier is to make people access cash wherever and whenever they need it.
Cashier was born to address this issue, bringing financial services to the palm of your hand. But how does it work? Cashier connects individuals needing cash with those who have it, enabling seamless transactions within a community.
On the application, just as if you want to order for a food. Do you understand? So I need 5,000 naira, for example. I go to my Cashier application and I place an order for 5,000 naira that I need. Then it sends a notification to the closest proximity of people that has that particular amount, and that cash of 5,000 naira is delivered to you at your location. The requester is the person that needs the cash. The cash provider can be anybody, and it can also be a cashier agent. Do you understand? So we are trying to decentralize the whole system, not making it be like it has to be a particular person or is registered that has to deliver cash. So anybody that has excess cash, for example, I'm coming home from the weekend and I closed maybe by 5 and I had like 50K cash with me, and I couldn't get to the bank, of course, before time went. And over the weekend, people needed cash all around me. I can turn on my notification on my Cashier application that I can provide cash to people around me, regardless of the amount. So that way, I am a cash provider, right? Anybody around me that needs cash sends a notification, I receive it, 5,000, 10,000, as long as it's within the amount I have with me, I can provide to them. And at the same time, there will still be avenue for cashier agents. That is designated agents that are designated to provide cash to people around them. Do you understand? So we are trying to decentralize the whole system without having its people requesting and people not being able to get the cash or provide the cash to them.
Cashier benefits both parties involved. The cash requested gains convenience, while the provider earns a commission for delivering the money.
So firstly, the acceptability of the cashier itself has been good because, like I said, it's actually a solution that is needed in the economy. So it needs little or no promotion before people buy into it. You just need to know that, okay, something like this exists, and they need to be sure that it is properly secured. Their money is secure to transact in that way. And for who provides the cash, like I said, we decentralize the whole system, right? So it's not restricted to just business owners to provide cash or just a particular set of people to provide cash. So it's basically anybody that has cash. So switching to a provider is as simple as turning on a notification on the cashier application. So I could be a cash requester now. The next 1 hour, I could be a cash provider. Do you understand? So that's how simple it is. So I could say that, okay, this morning, in the morning rather, when I was coming to work, maybe I needed 5,000 naira to get to work, transport myself to work and all of that. Then at the end of the day, maybe one way or the other, I got excess of maybe like 20,000 naira with me. And I'm like, before I go home, it's 20K, let me try and provide cash to people. If I go, I just turn on my notification on the application and voila, I'm providing cash to people. It's as simple as that. And the good thing about cashier is there's an incentive for both parties. That is both the provider and the requester. Now, the incentive for the provider is getting a commission for every transaction completed. Yeah. Now, the incentive for the requester is getting comfort or getting service at the comfort of wherever he or she is. Do you understand? So there's an incentive for both parties to benefit from.
But trust is key when it comes to handling money. How does cashier ensure safety and transparency in these transactions?
It's a question that a lot of people have asked. Of course, when it comes to money and when it comes to somebody I don't know having to deliver cash to me, what's the security risk? How do you guys guarantee that the safety of my money and myself, of course? So there are certain things that cashier has put in place. And firstly, we have our comprehensive KYC during registration. So all our users are properly, their details are properly taken down, and we track them basically. And aside that, there is a distance decay factor on the cashier application. Do you understand? So what that means basically is there is a proximity of people that you can request cash from at a particular point in time. People within your closest proximity, that's people you can request cash from. So it's not like I'm here in Yaba, for example, and somebody from Ikeja is bringing cash from me. No, it is within your community. So it's more like a community-based kind of thing. Do you understand? So it allows room for wherever this person is coming from is somebody around me. Do you understand? That's another security check we put. Aside that, there is all our transactions are geotagged. So what that means basically is all our transactions are always, we know where and when those transactions are occurring. Do you understand? So with those few things, we are able to detect if there's any foul play.
Since its official launch in late 2022, Cashier has been gaining traction. Although it missed the height of the 2023 cash crunch in Nigeria, the crisis only highlighted the urgent need for such a solution.
Cashier has been in existence. Cashier as a company has been in existence since 2022. That's 2022. But you know, like they say, every great idea takes time, right? So development process took a while to make sure that our application is fail-proof and solid. So it took a while, but officially the app was launched middle of last year, towards late last year. And since then, yeah, we've been growing. So unfortunately, we were not able to capitalize on the cash crunch of early last year, but that's part of, because the idea has been existing, that what happened then just proved that cashier is actually needed in the economy. Do you understand? So, but since then, we've been thriving and growing.
But Cashier doesn't stop at cash delivery. It's a comprehensive financial platform where users can save, buy airtime, and even get loans.
Aside from provision to people, Cashier is a bank on its own. Like I said, it's a mobile bank. So every service that you can get in your normal banking hall, you can actually get on Cashier application. You can receive money, you can send money, you can make payments, you can buy your airtime or data, you can open a savings on Cashier, you can get loans on Cashier, yes, among other things. So basically, everything you could do in a banking hall, you can do on Cashier. And of course, there are still some more functions that are coming up on Cashier with time, because we want to make sure that every financial service basically can be accessed on Cashier application without having to leave your location. Your transaction on our application, we check with credit bureau also to verify how legit your claims are. Do you understand? So all those checkmates are part of the things we put in place prior to giving out the loans.
Like many startups, Cashier face challenges, securing investment, navigating government policies, and gaining trust.
Our first challenge is people first believing the idea, or believing the idea would work, right? That was our first challenge, because it's something novel. People generally kick against it. They'll be like, will it really work? Do you understand? In this economy, how would that work, and the logic around it? But because we already thought it through before we embarked on it, we were able to put their mind at rest and make everything go smoothly. Aside that, another challenge we experience is securing investors. Yeah, that's of course another challenge. It's not easy securing investors for startup. I feel every startup company faces that challenge, right? And of course, we had our own challenges in doing that, right? So that's another challenge we also experienced rather. And of course, government policies. There are some government policies that are not like they don't encourage us, but at the same time, it's not like they push us down. Do you understand? Yeah, so of course, government policies are some of the challenges we also faced.
As Africa's economy continues to evolve, solutions like Cashier are more than just convenient. They are vital as they are bridging the gap between cash and digital transactions. Welcome back. Now, traditional gender roles often dictate the path one should follow, and there are those who dare to defy the norm and carve their own unique journey. Now, let's get to meet Ezenachukwu Victoria, a Federal University of Technology Owerri graduate whose determination and passion have turned her into a role model for aspiring artisans. Now, this is a memory of a father whose passing ignited a journey into shoemaking industry.
I'm a bespoke shoemaker, and a lot of people do not know the difference between production and bespoke shoemaking. It means that you have to be very, very detailed. You have to be extra. If it means taking the machine one after the other to get a straight stitching line, then you have to do it. If you check some Italian designers, some people will make one pair of shoe in 1 week. But when they tell you the price of that shoe, you realize, yes, because of the attention they have paid, they have paid on that piece. So when it comes to bespoke shoemaking, we don't do numbers because we're not into production. My name is Ezenachukwu Victoria Chinonyerem. I am a a professional bespoke shoemaker based in Lagos, but I like to be identified as the next generation bespoke shoemaker.
In 2017, in a small workshop in Nigeria, a woman made her first leather footwear, a defining moment that would shape her future. Her name is Ezinachukwu Victoria, a shoemaker who dared to enter an industry traditionally dominated by men.
I always like to say that shoemaking found me because I didn't just wake up one day to say I want to be a shoemaker. It was from one step to another and another. So it started from school. We had a church training in school where we were taught Ankara crafts. By the end of the training, I was the best student, and so our trainer decided to work with me. I was working with her for her other jobs. Then we had a strike in school. I went home, I was bored. I decided to go and further my Ankara crafts knowledge, after which I was doing trainings. I had a lot of trainings, both physical and online. So, but for me to now go into leather works, it was born from my customers' requests. When they are always asking for, oh, can you make this? It's now beginning to blend Ankara and leather. So I saw the need to go into leather crafts just to satisfy the customer needs. And so shoemaking found me.
The path wasn't easy. Victoria faced ridicule and skepticism from friends, family, and classmates who saw shoemaking as a menial, dirty job.
I always refer to one particular person. I will not mention her name, but she's currently learning shoemaking as I speak because of how far I have come in the business. But while we were in school, we were at loggerheads every time because, you know, there is lecture and immediately class closes. I'm running off to my workshop. I had like a small passerby workstation. I'll call it. It wasn't a shop. It was a workstation along the road in school. So this lady was always mocking me. She'd be like, you were sent here to study. If you don't want to study, go home. You did not even find anything good to learn. Shoemaking. That's how she puts it. But let's say 7 years down the line, she's now learning the same shoemaking, and then she's saying, oh, my role model, I have a question. Can you put me through this? I believe she probably does not even remember those days, or maybe the direction I have taken shoemaking to, where I am today as a shoemaker has probably made her see shoemaking in a different light, which is why she has now gone to learn the crafts. There were a lot of them, not just me. Even my mom was mocked in church that my father died and I'm doing shoemaking in school. Is it because she can no longer afford to take care of me? That's why I'm now doing shoemaking. Have I dropped out? She was always calling me to tell me, stop this thing now, face your studies now. So it came from every angle. Classmates, even friends from home. Ah, babe, you can learn something else now. Somebody even called it a dirty job. Oh, yes, it's kind of dirty work they learn. So I got a lot of it, but me, I'm a very focused person, and I see all of these things as noise that I pay little or no attention to. So long as you're able to shut off noises like that, at the end of the day, I think the end will justify the means. Now that I am where I am, none of these things would even come up anymore. Nobody will come out to say you are doing shoemaking, or you're doing a dirty job, or you're doing... Everybody is now singing my praises. Man, you're doing well, you're doing well. So that's the most important part. I'm the one seeing the vision. I'm the one who knows where I'm going to. So when I now get there, they can now tell that, this girl really know where she did do.
Today, she is not only a bespoke shoemaker that focuses on the minute details that make each piece unique, but also a mentor to 11 students and the employer of 2 paid staff.
I'm a bespoke shoemaker, and a lot of people do not know the difference between production and bespoke shoemaking. It means that you have to be very, very detailed. You have to be extra. If it means taking the machine one after the other to get a straight stitching line, then you have to do it. If you check some Italian designers, some people will make 1 pair of shoe in 1 week. But when they tell you the price of that shoe, you realize, yes, because of the attention they have paid, they have paid on that piece. So when it comes to bespoke shoemaking, we don't do numbers because we're not into production. Now, let's now go to the question, how many I'm able to produce. If I'm working on a leather sew piece where the leather sew finishing has to take a lot of my time, I can make 3 shoes in 2 days. But if I'm working on a rubber sole, I can make 4 shoes in 2 days. That's where it's a foreign sole. The sole is already available. I just make the shoes and place them on the sole. But if I have to construct the sole and process it, then I will make 3 shoes in 2 days. But for slippers, I can make as much as 30 to 50 in 1 week because I have hands, of course.
Despite its success, challenges remain. The lack of advanced machinery and poor electricity supply in Nigeria limit Victoria's production capacity.
I think, first of all, machineries has to be my greatest challenge because, I mean, machines are made to make the work faster. And so when I say I'm producing 3 pairs of shoes in 2 days, it's because of limitations to some machineries. If you watch some of my videos online, you will notice that most of the jobs are manually done. And some of those jobs that are manually done, we have machines for them. So access to machines are my #1 problem. And secondly is space. You can see how tightly choked it is in here. Even before my viral video, I've been looking for a space since March. And it's been a very awful experience for me that every time I find a space, the landlord doesn't want me because of my tribe. But I've seen so many that would have done what I wanted to do. In fact, I just saw one 2 days ago, and we are still on the same tribal issue, so to say. I'm from the east, and they do not want anyone from my tribe in their property. And I'm still searching, of course, but the space is choking. But I've gotten a few machines. I cannot even bring them here because there are no space for me to even drop them. So how then do I increase production? I'm looking to employ people. I've interviewed a few persons that would resume with me in the new space. They cannot resume with me here. There's no space for them to work. So for me to be able to increase my capacity, for me to be able to serve more people than I am currently serving, I need a new space to expand, machineries, and then maybe workforce. Workforce used to be a challenge, but I think I've gotten a few persons that can do the job very well. So machineries and space is my major challenge.
For those who aspire to follow in her footsteps, Victoria offers a simple yet profound advice. Start even when the path ahead seems unknown, for every step taken brings clarity and purpose.
When I lost my dad was the beginning. It was the origin of it all. So I was a daddy's girl. I'm the last daughter. So I was so close to him, and my daddy pampered me so much. And I had so much money at my disposal when I was in school. So when my father died and that income ceased, it cleared my eyes. The realization dawned on me that this money would not have even been coming forever, even if this man was alive. And so you needed to do something to, to survive on your own. That's adulthood. First thing I tell people when they say they don't know about how to go about it is, I didn't know how to go about it when I started. In fact, I didn't know what I was doing, but I started anyways. So I think I have a post like that on my TikTok. It says, just start. Start confused, start scattered, start without direction, but just start. And let me tell you one thing that will happen when you start. For every step you take, the next step will be clearer. For every step you take, it's not going to be easy, I promise you. You will have crying days, you will have depressing days, you will have sleepless nights, but just keep going. And once you start, for every step you go, the next step is getting clearer. So,
to those learning under her, Victoria is more than just a shoemaking mentor. She's a life coach, guiding them through the ups and downs of both the craft and their personal journeys.
The learning here has really been amazing, and it's kind of fun too. You're learning on that cow, so you have to, exhibit that cow, really new. So, before I came, I actually learned from her in the year 2020, but then I was in GSS3, so due to going to school, my dad told me to stop at that moment. So then she was in her final year, so she also went back to school, and I stopped learning work. So last year I finished my secondary school. So then I was now thinking of the kind of work to learn. First, I went to learning hairdressing, but it didn't work out. So that was when I remember, Alpha, I get one. Okay, so I was like, okay, I'll check if she has come back from school. So when I came, I met her here. So the first day I came, I saw shoes there. I was like, this woman don't do shoes now. So after she comes about me, so then I met Topic. So to me, I thought Topic was the one making the trauma, and really, it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. I'm not only learning shoemaking from her, I'm actually learning a lot of things, like life experiences and all that. So
in the machine.
Victoria's vision for the future is clear. In 5 years, our label, Cow's Design, will be rolling out a full bespoke production line.
Next 5 years, okay, I previously talked about production and bespoke and the detailing that bespoke comes with. Bespoke simply means made for you. So we get to measure your leg and make sure that the shoe fits your leg. But the thing about bespoke is the detailing it comes with. The stitches, the finishing, the polishing, everything. So in the next 5 years, Carl Designs will be going into production in a bespoke style. I am very sure nothing like that has been heard of before. So production in the bespoke style means that we'll be rolling out hundreds to thousands of shoes weekly, but we're still going to maintain the standard of Carl Designs. Our stitches will not shift, our clean finishing, our edges, everything remains the same, but we'll be rolling them out in numbers, and that's the dream.
From trying over 5 different jobs to make ends meet to becoming a role model in a male-dominated industry, Victoria's journey is a testament to perseverance, skill, and the power of following one's passion. And that's a wrap on this episode on startups. I still remain your host, Tamilore Akinkolia. See you again next time.